Hello, this is the PlayStation 3 Japanese launch title, whose title, when they put it in English for some trailers, they called it Sega Golf Club featuring Miyazato family. Actually, let me check my notes for the proper Japanese title, which I'll mispronounce. Miyazato San Kyoudai Naizou Sega Golf Club. Although sometimes you would see this written as, you would see golf club club written as a single word with no space, because in the title graphic they kind of only put like a half space between the two words, golf and club, so that and sometimes they themselves wrote it in their like on their old Japanese promo site for the game. When they put it in Western characters, they sometimes wrote golf club as all one word, because in Japanese they don't have things like spaces between words, so they get kind of artistic with them when they get a chance to do it with English stuff. Anyway, this is what you might get when you started the game. So I'm running it in the emulator RPCS3, and there is a current problem with it in RPCS3 that will cause the game to hang right at the start of the game, which is what we're looking at here. The game is still, the RPCS3 is still running, but it has actually hung. And so I'm going to show you how to get around this, because I spent like half a night, the night of the day I got this in the mail from eBay, trying to figure out what the heck was going on and could I actually play the game, because it ran fine on my actual jailbroken PS3, which I'd used to, create the RIP that I'm running in RPCS3 here. So anyway, what this screen says, according to the Google Translate app on my phone, is that it is loading system data. And, don't shut off, don't power down your console or anything while it's doing this. It doesn't mean like PlayStation 3, system data. It has its own set of data that it creates for the game that it calls system data. So it's like the game's own system data. And so remember, this was a launch title, and Sega actually were always pretty bad at managing save files on the PS3. Like, it was a pain in vanilla Virtua Fighter 5. But there was something you had to do there that was annoying. And that wasn't a launch title by any means. It was kind of an early PS3 title. And then even in Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, which was a rather late, downloadable game, you still have to, it sort of auto-loads. It doesn't, well, no, they still couldn't auto-load your darn data. They just couldn't quite get it through their heads that was something they should do. Maybe Sony was still telling companies not to do that. I don't know. Because even in Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, it'll load the game. When you start that game, it'll start it and then prompt you, hey, do you want to load your data? And then you have to go through like 3 more button presses just to get it to load your friggin' data, before you can get to the title screen. It's so annoying. So in this game, they actually have 2 different data types. They have what they call the system data, which it tries to create or load right at the start. And then they also have what they call player data, which is what you normally think of as your progress stuff. It stores player progress and like your avatar customizations and stuff. What they call system data does is all that stores, it's kind of hilarious, all that stores is game options, like what control set you choose, and that kind of stuff. There aren't actually that many options. And so that it stores those, and it stores, it lets you save during a local multiplayer match. There is no online multiplayer play in the game, but you can apparently save during online multiplayer matches. At least that's what Google translates as one of the game's system data screens is saying. So those are the only two things that it uses system data for, apparently, but there's a problem with that. And I think possibly, well, there's two things that I know about the game's system data, which are apparently a little unusual for PS3 games, and those might be what are causing this compatibility problem in RPCS3 with the game where it hangs like this. So the first thing, now this is my simulated save data folder that RPCS3, the PS3 emulator on my PC here, it has for storing all of the PS3 game save data stuff that games have made that I've run in the emulator. So guess which one is one of the folders that Sega Golf Club has made. It's not, I'll give you a hint, it's not one of the ones that actually has like the serial number of, the game itself in the title, which would prevent it from, being stomped by save data from some other game that decided to just not follow that naming convention because the serial ID makes the folder unique, so it's not going to get stomped by anything. No, Sega didn't think that was necessary. They store it in a folder just called System. So if any other game, like if they had made another launch title that did this same thing, those two games would have overwritten their own, quote unquote system datas. So that was just a poor move by Sega, and it was a poor move by Sony to allow this to allow them to do this. And I have to think that pretty soon after this, Sony realized they can't let games do that, and they made a rule and told, and made it and tested to make sure that any future games did not do this. Just make generic save folder names. But this was a launch title, and it was probably a bit of a Wild West, and nobody knew how stuff should go, and so this was allowed to happen. There was never a patch released for the game, so they never tried to fix this. Yeah, that's just what happened. So, this has sort of the generic save files. Well, that's all you can see from what you've saved from out of RPCS3. Now, on an actual PS3, I went and looked, the actual PS3 saves one more file, and it's a file, it's param. Some other abbreviation that I'm not remembering off the top of my head, but I looked it up, and that's apparently something to do with encrypting. It's some kind of encrypted data save file lookup table or something. Basically, on an actual PS3, this quote-unquote system data the game creates is running through some sort of encryption scheme because they thought people would try to hack their local multiplayer save file or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's encrypted. But what I've been able to find when I Googled this relative to RPCS3, I found a comment from, I think it's the Reddit RPCS3 subreddit, and apparently an RPCS3 dev or some kind of admin or something there saying that RPCS3 we don't do those encrypted save files, so RPCS3 just kind of ignores that stuff. So and does not save out that encrypted, that separate encrypted lookup table or whatever the heck it is. So possibly the game is still looking for that, is still hard-coded to look for that file that RPCS3 is not letting it make, and so that's causing it to hang. Or RPCS3 is just has some sort of hard-coded thing that says, oh, you know, games are not supposed to create generic save data folder names, so they're blocking, maybe RPCS3 itself is blocking it from loading from the system folder, but then it probably shouldn't have allowed it to make it in the first place, so maybe it is the encryption thing, I don't know. Oh, sorry for the water slurping sound. I have submitted this as a bug to RPCS3's bug tracking system on GitHub, and I have posted about it on their compatibility tracking forum. So, I mean, I imagine it's something they've had to code in workarounds for in the past for the rare games that pulled these types of shenanigans. And it's probably just that nobody has bothered to do it for this game because it's not a very in-demand game among RPCS3 users, I'm guessing. I don't know. I mean, the compatibility thread for the game is not that extensive, although it does. I did also, in my trying to fix this, I went back to previous versions of the emulator to see if, because I also thought I could have sworn that when I first ran the game for the first time in RPCS3, I did get past the creation of the system data without it hanging. I could have sworn I did that, but maybe I accidentally chose no, don't create system data, and thought I had chosen yes, and that's what made me think it had worked. But I thought it got past it, and so I spent all this time going, and then in RPCS3 I went to the configuration menu, and it told me that, oh, your configuration, you have some obsolete config settings. You want to, update your config and clear out the obsolete stuff. And I said, yeah, sure, which is pretty normal. And then the next time I tried running the game, it hung on the system data stuff. So I was thinking, was there some now obsolete RPCS3 setting that actually allowed the game to work? Because in the compatibility thread, in 2019, somebody had posted that they had been able to get in-game. Up to that point, somebody had previously posted a screenshot of a screen like this where the game had hung, which had still been progress over the game not being able to run at all in previous years, some previous years. When I did try to go back, I couldn't get the game to run at all in versions of the emulator from that whole era, from like the 2019s and 2020-ish even, I think. And I couldn't find any even more recent version that let me get around this hang using some of the old config files, all of the old config files that I had still hanging around in various corners and backups of my computer. So it probably wasn't a config file workaround for this, but I'm still, maybe there was, I don't know. Anyway, I can't find it if there is one. So if this happens, then you will not be able to run the game until you delete this folder. At least that's the only workaround I've found. So close this and delete this folder. And then we have to pay attention. And I got that there because I keep testing stuff for when I was filling out, bug reports and stuff. But so if I do this right with the workaround, it will not create that system folder and it won't hang there. So let's go ahead and relaunch the game. And I have to pay attention this time. Well, you always have to pay attention, because if you don't have that system folder there, i.e. if you have not responded yes to this prompt that comes up. So the left option, the highlighted option here, is Japanese for yes. The right option is Japanese for no. It's pretty standard interface for Japanese games. And what this is saying is that, no system data has been detected. You want to create system data. If you opt out of system data, you won't be able to save game options, or you won't be able to save during multiplayer matches. At least that's what Google Translate tells me it's saying. So if you do pick yes here, then it will try to create system data, and it will hang, and it will create that system folder with the save files in it here, and then every subsequent time you try restarting the game, it will hang on that other screen that I was first hung on. So you have to not pick the left option. You have to move to the right and pick the right-hand option for no. That means do not create system data, and then you can play the game. Oh, Sega, you goofballs. So Sega Golf Club, this is basically, I guess, a port of the Sega Golf Club arcade games made by Sega AM2 that were only in Japan. There were two of them. The first one in 2004, the second one in 2006, the same year that the PS3 launched. This game, so notice these people. These are the Miyazatos, who are actual Japanese pro golfers, or at least were at the time the game came out. And there were three of them, and they were all siblings, and they were all professional golfers, which that's quite an achievement. And Wikipedia also says their dad was a pro golfer, but it doesn't have a page on him, so I didn't try looking up more info on him. But so there's two brothers and a sister. The sister was rated, I think later, I think in 2010, she was actually rated as the top ranked female pro golfer in the world 3 separate times. I think it was in 2010, all in 2010. But she never won a tournament. Apparently the top tournament finish she ever got was third. One of the male siblings did win a tournament in Japan, a PGA tournament, and the other male sibling, I think the younger one, what's his noteworthy achievement was that he was the first pro golfer to get 2 hole-in-ones in the same match, which that's pretty impressive if you think about it. So there was this brief time there in the early 2000s where Japan had these 3 kind of semi-hot, semi-successful. Getting rank 1 top female, that's super successful. Pro golfers of their own. So I guess they were pretty excited about that, and Sega licensed their likenesses for this console version of their Sega Golf Club arcade game series. The arcade game ran on the Sega Chihiro arcade boards. Chihiro was actually hardware that was based on the original Microsoft Xbox console. I think that's also I think Chihiro was also the system that ran Virtua Fighter 5 and stuff. If I remember right. I might be off on that, actually. Anyway, we're not even talking about Virtua Fighter. Well, we kind of are, but I'll get to that later. So anyway, it was previous gen hardware, so the team at Sega that created this console version would have probably upgraded some of the graphics a bit, although contemporary reviews still, and previews, like I think IGN and GameSpot both have write-ups from the time, kind of complained about how it was the worst looking launch title for the PS3 in Japan or something. which seems a little harsh, but I don't know, maybe it was. Certainly, so I saw this game in 2007. I had a friend who was a pretty hardcore Sega fan, and he had imported the game, and he brought his copy over to my place, and I had, by 2007, I mean, so PS3 launched in November 2006. It was, I think, November 11th in Japan and November 16th in the United States. And I quite early, I think more or less at launch, I don't remember for sure though, I got a US PS3 and a Japanese PS3. And so I had a Japanese, well, of course, PS3 wasn't region locked for disc games, was it? So, or for most downloadable games, but downloadable games weren't really a big thing at first. Like at first for the PS3, most commercial full price games were only on disc. It wasn't until a bit later that full price games started coming out as downloadable games as well as disc-based games. So this game was only ever on disc, but so he brought his disc over in I think it was in April 2007 to my place, and we played it on my gigantic ancient 640 by 480 projector, and there were, I think, 3 of us, and we were goofing around. In fact, if you look up the compilation of my old video footage buried deep within my YouTube archive, it's like hours of old junk. You'll find a brief clip of us being very immature playing this game, but my notes from the time say that I was also not impressed by I wasn't impressed by anything in the game, apparently. I was pretty harsh I was just not feeling it. I think part of it was that the weather that it, I think, randomly generated for us in the little brief semi-match we played was just a pelting rainstorm. I mean, it was ridiculous. So that probably didn't help. And also, I was, running it on this 480p, low def projector. It was, not widescreen or anything either, which didn't help. The game is 720p. It can run in 480 and 720. It doesn't do 1080. I'm wasting so much of your time here just babbling, aren't I? So, what to do first? Well, so options, like I said, there aren't that many options. It's not even letting me... I'm not sure what the top 2 are. Oh, shoot. Intelligently tucked my phone away. Okay, let me get my Google Translate out here so it can tell us what that means. Those top 2 options. Camera input, thank you. So the top 2 options are during the shot screen, controller type, and personal, and then the second one says shot type individual. I'm not sure what those are. This first one lets you pick from a few different control profiles. I haven't tried messing with the others because it looks like this one gives you all the controls, and these, combine them together or something, probably, which might be harder to figure out. So I'm just going to leave it on the default. And also, I can't remember, since we don't have system data, because RPCS3 isn't compatible with that at the moment, I can't save settings anyway. So I would have to reset these each time. Now, this is an interesting one. The default setting is, so this is asking what you want your shot swing to be controlled with. And the default is the right analog. I love that little animation. The only other setting is what it calls the club switch, which was what the arcade control looked like. So actually the arcade game, apparently, and I will try to remember to put links to, I found a little, was it TGS 2004? There was a Tokyo Game Show video and a JAMA video. Oh, it must have been the JAMA 2004 video. Showed a couple clips of the... Oh no, it was a trailer? Anyway, there's a couple of clips of... there's not very much footage of any Sega Golf Club games on YouTube, but I did find one that showed that the original AM2 arcade games... and I found some article on them that seemed to back this up, only had touchscreen and this rotating lever as the controls. There was no other control, so it was all touchscrreen and this little lever. And apparently the game, what I gather from reading various Google Translate things about the game, is that they were trying to target it towards a sort of somewhat casual crowd, which maybe they figured, well, I mean, arcades weren't in great shape even in the early 2000s, even in Japan, I think. So they were probably thinking, well, we got to do what we can to get as wide an audience as we can, so let's try something that's more casual. They even, Google Translate wise anyway, for the 2006 update to Sega Golf Club in the arcade. The update is called something like Sega Golf Club version 2006, the next tours or something like that. And it added like more real-world licensed courses and stuff. But some of the advertising jargon on the archived website for that game, was sort of playing up that you can even play the game one-handed if you want, which in English might have certain connotations that they wouldn't have wanted associated with the game. But anyway, so yeah, all you needed was the touchscreen and this weird little lever, this rotating lever. So you can choose, and as far as I can tell, when you switch it to club switch, all it does is adds this big cheesy, essentially animated GIF of the or GIF, sorry, of this thing rotating when you're taking your swing. The swing interface is still the same as it is this way. It just adds an animation of this on the screen. So you might as well turn that on now because it's funny. Something about shot again. I don't know. I'm not going to mess with this stuff because I can't save it anyway, so... But we'll take that, take the club switch thing for now. So there is multiplayer, but it is local only for up to 4 players. The arcade version, I said the arcade versions ran on Sega Chihiro arcade hardware. That's actually not exact. It ran on the Sega Chihiro, what was it, satellite system or satellite terminal or something like that, which was a version that had some networking capability, and you could also network cabinets together locally. So, like on Sega Retro, if you look up Sega Golf Club on the Sega Retro website, you'll find a graphic showing an arcade setup with 4 Sega Golf Club cabinets all placed side by side, apparently networked together for some local arcade play. And then I found various articles also say that for instance, the Impress Game Watch First Impressions article on the PS3 version sort of laments that it does not have the what was it called for the online stuff? The player data versus capability, because I guess in the arcade versions it would let you play against CPU characters who were recreated with data that was that supposedly came from what actual arcade players around Japan had done. So it was somehow tracking the actions of players and saving those as playable CPU profiles that it would then distribute to other arcade terminals around, that were on this network. Players in Japan, arcade players, could store the avatars they created and customized. Those were saved on what Sega called an IC card, which you could carry around with you from arcade to arcade. So this drops that. So this doesn't have any online features. So it doesn't let you, there's no playing against player data CPU characters. And then the other thing that apparently the arcade version had network-wise was that there were network distributed events, I guess. I think that was from the Impress Game Watch article, mentioned they missed not being able to have those in the game. So I don't know, some kind of special tournaments or something. I mean, it sounded like Sega could essentially, just update the arcade game occasionally with new special events to play. Probably stuff that would give you special rewards. I mean, who knows? So I guess I don't know what item trade is. Let's see what this says. Uh-oh. Okay, it didn't hang. Oh, it might have been trying to see if I had any items to trade. Let me get my translation app up so I can try to catch that. Let's try it again. Well, so this says item trade. Players can exchange items with each other. Two players exchange items. Load the player data. Oh, so it's probably a local. This says item exchange was not possible due to insufficient player data. To exchange items, you need 2 or more player data files on your hard drive. I see. So it's all local exchange. It's not networked, of course. So I'm probably not going to be doing a whole lot of item trade or multiplayer, but I guess this means that if you had customized a player and they had some item that you wanted for another player you created, you could, in theory, pass that item off from one of your characters to the other. So that's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, it's kind of telling that maybe this game doesn't have that many features, given that that's a full-on main menu item. So what did they have to replace these lost arcade network features? Well, they licensed those 3 Miyazato family pro golfers, and you can see them here. These are the 3 Miyazatos. They gave them these kind of exaggerated faces, which is a little weird. And so notice their power meters, their power control and spin meters under their animated avatars on the right-hand side there. What is she doing? God, they gave them these really exaggerated, almost slightly super deformed heads, didn't they? And these really sped up idle animations, sped up and exaggerated. Look at this poor guy twisting his neck around. Now, I mean, but to me, this game does feel Sega AM2-ish. I mean, Sega AM2, of course, made the Virtua Fighter games. They made a lot of the famous Sega racing games, Daytona and so forth. They were kind of the powerhouse arcade team for Sega, and in the sort of classic arcade years. So I was kind of excited to read that, and I'm still a huge. Well, I still play Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown. I don't know if I can say I'm a huge fan. I mean, I have my issues with it, but I still play it. So, and that's a Sega AM2 game of almost this same period. So I was pretty excited that this was a Sega AM2 game that I had not previously even known about. And I've also for a long time been searching for a golf game to play. So could this be the golf game for me at last? I don't know. I mean, I for some reason bounce right off of, you know, Sony's, what they call in the West now, Everybody's Golf. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just too mainstream. I don't know what it is about it, but that one just scares me off for some reason. So they have these huge power meters. They're all in the top quarter on everything. Whereas for the rest of these fantasy characters, they're more down at like 50% average. So it's like, do you want to win the game? Or do you want to just be a mediocre player? So that's interesting. But then again, you can play these girls in skimpy outfits with, you know, certain physics. Or you could be these four guys. I mean, I guess it's got an equal number of girls and guys for the fantasy characters, so that's cool. Also, though, is it just me, or is this kind of like Jackie and Sarah Bryant from Virtua Fighter? I guess she doesn't look exactly like Sarah. I mean, she doesn't have the goofy ponytail, and then she's got these kind of different eyes, I guess. But this guy is kind of Jackie Bryant looking, really. What is he doing with his hands? So this is where, so like I created 2 edit characters already, but yeah, I guess I only saved one of them. Maybe it doesn't auto-save either. So you have to load your customized characters manually, which is sort of irritating. What does this one do? Look this up. Oh, I think this is just create a new character. Well, no, what is this? Well, yeah, create a new character. So this would be if you wanted to customize a character based on one of these avatars. So let's do that. And that character there is sort of the helpful female caddy. The second version of the Sega Golf Club arcade game series apparently added, I think it added a female caddy, so I guess in the initial 2004 Sega Golf Club in the arcade, it only had a male caddy. I don't know. But she's kind of your helpful hint assistant in this game as well. She's always popping up with hints in Japanese text, which I have to translate if I care about them. So I guess we can create an avatar based on one of the Miyazatos. She doesn't look very happy. Also, the shading on her hand is crazy. But the shading on his whole body is, or at least on his face and arms. And on that guy's arms. I think I'm going to go for this guy because he's doing that same stir the pot thing. I think I'm going to go with this guy because he's just so wacky looking. Okay, sure. So you can't actually do that much customization, at least at first. He's got different haircuts, at least 2 of them. Yeah, 2 of them. Or is that just a full hat? I can't quite tell. Anyway, he's got some shirts. Let's go for stripes. That's a sharp look, right? Now it's gonna make my eyes hurt. Let's do that. Oh, pants. Oh, he's got gray or khaki. That's exciting. Stick with gray. Oh, and then why are his stats down all of a sudden? I guess when you customize them, your stats are actually normalized. They're brought under control. So that says normal too. My katakana, my rusty katakana can figure that out. That says something about control. So this is obviously emphasizing the control stat and so forth. That says power. This is power too, but it gives you a little more control. Let's just go for normal, because I don't know. You can pick your alphabets. I'm not sure why they have like a skinny and a wide version of these. Like these have, oh, those, I'm going to Google Translate these, because is it important that there's a skinny alphabet and a wide alphabet, both for Japanese and English? What do these little tabs say? The skinny English one says full width alphanumeric characters, and then the other one is half width. Okay. And then full width kana and half width kana. Why does that let you fit more letters in? I guess it might, but I mean, oh wait, can we mix and match? Oh no, it's not. Wait, how do I? Sorry, okay, can I mix and match? Oh wow, oh that's weird. Well, skinny PP, wide QR, whatever that means, we're going with that. Oh, you got some punctuation. Should I fit in money, baby? That's a great name. Yeah, look at that. Nobody's gonna forget that name. Yeah, save that forever. Oh. What does this say? I love this music, man. You can change your character's outfit, change their name, change their battle record, and view rating or rankings. Oh, that is Clubhouse. Let's go to the Clubhouse. You can also actually change their customization during a match from the pause screen. Personal. I don't have any. Now, these aren't like online ratings or anything. These are just generic scores and stuff. So these are just, yeah, it's just like a pre-generated high score table, looks like. Personal. Stamp card. Oh man, I get stamps. That's so cool. I'm not going to change my name. It's the best name ever. Are you kidding? Oh, and then it shows you your scores on the courses. I guess there's 5 courses. And I think all but the Seaside Resort are licensed real-world courses. Their promotional material from the Times spends a lot of time hyping up various courses for the arcade, like the second arcade release added, I think, the last 2, the Bally High and the Phoenix Country Club or something, maybe. Or no, I think it was one in, oh, maybe the Bally High is the one in Vegas. So that's all we get in personal data, I guess. Hey, what's, oh, you can toggle stats. That idle animation is great. Although it is a lot like the twitchy idle animations that you see in the character creation, or in the costume customization mode in Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, for instance. Oh, this music, man. So yeah, this is what you can bring up actually during a match itself, and you can like, oh, I see, I'd have to swap it with something else. I can't just take the visor off. But if I had other items here, I could swap them in. It's funny because that one other edit character I made when I paused during a match, he actually did have at least one extra item stored here. Did I buy that somewhere? I might have bought that. Where would I have? I think I did. Oh, I don't remember now, actually. Maybe I'm making that up. You can get different balls. I'm not sure what this is. Like, I was thinking, is this stuff that's going to get thrown away? Let me see what this means. Translate says, items in the mailbox will disappear when you leave the dressing room. So yeah, this is items that you're mailing. It calls it the mailbox, but you're mailing them to the dispose of bin. That bin translates as dispose of. So that is the garbage. Don't put anything in there you want to keep. What is 10.20%? What is that? Have I completed 10.20% of the items in the game? Come on, translate that. It's having trouble with that one. Collection rate. I guess I've collected 10.20% of the items in the game already. That bodes well. So maybe not that many items in the game. I wonder if that's per character. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't do anything. Okay. That's fine. Oh, I think it did save there. It's so fussy about that. Like, it has to warn you that it's saved. I guess, or it's warning me it didn't save. So, you can do round play on an 18-hole course. You can do, and this is single player, so this would be with up to 3 CPU opponents. You can do, and I think it's 5 different I'm not actually sure what this does. I'll have to look that up. You can do putt-putt golf, which looks kind of fun. And then there's a challenge mode, which apparently has sort of branching course tree, kind of like another Sega AM2 classic Outrun, where and I think the Game Watch first impressions made it sound like this was or maybe it was, it might have been IGN or GameSpot, made it sound like this was actually a pretty extensive mode, so that'll be interesting to see. Let's just do normal round of golf for starters. Original versus arcade. What does this say at the bottom? It says, please choose a rule style. Arcade mode includes time limits and shot limits. Oh. Well, that's not super exciting. So that just hurries you along so you don't waste time for people in the arcade, is what it sounds like. Well, let's see that, because I haven't looked at that yet. I guess that was an example of a shot limit or something. So let's see, is it 5 courses? Seaside Resort, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Let's see what it says for these. And this music is just, I'm kind of digging it. Just as an experience, you know. It's jazzy. So Bali High Golf Club. This is a high-end resort course in Las Vegas, USA. It's suitable for beginners. Green firmness, B. Parentheses, the ball stops easily. So this does this does track the best score per course at the bottom, apparently. So Sega Golf Club Seaside Resort. This is an original course set in a tropical resort. Green firmness B. The ball stops easily. Pacific Club Gotemba course, it says this is called. This is a prestigious course that hosts famous tournaments. This is for advanced users. It doesn't say, well, is that Mount Fuji? So I guess this is a Japanese course, maybe? I think it's I could go Google this, I guess, but this is a prestigious course that hosts famous tournaments. This is for advanced users. Green firmness A. Ball is difficult to stop. Okay, I'm going to go Pacific Club Gotemba course. I'm going to go Google this, so excuse me while I pause the recording first. Okay, there is a Gotemba Golf Club, or golf course in Japan, although it's, the club name is actually Taiheiyo or something club. And their lead-in website photo looks pretty similar to that photo there, except a little more current gen, if you know what I mean. St. Andrews, of course, that's the famous course in Scotland. And this, why is my translate thing offset? Come on. This is a prestigious course that every golfer dreams of playing. It is suitable for advanced players. So wait, what was this one? This was advanced players. This doesn't say what kind of players this is for. It said this was for beginners. Yeah. So we got beginner course, don't know, advanced course, wasn't it? Oh, I guess that's what they, come on. Advanced users. Oh, and we have an S for green firmness. The ball is very difficult to stop. And then Phoenix Country Club, located in the, wait, what? This is one of Japan's most prestigious golf courses. Oh, so it's not Phoenix, Arizona. Located in the tropical paradise of Miyazaki. This is for intermediate users, green firmness B. So there's one intermediate course, one beginner course, 2 advanced courses, and then who knows what. I kind of want to see the Sega course. Oh, and then you do get to pick a skill level. What does it say this does? My phone keeps blocking its screen. Choose the strength of your rival. Oh, okay, this is the CPU strength. The stronger your opponent, the rarer the items you'll obtain. Well, I think we'd better go for beginner for now, though. So these are the, oh my gosh. It gives them weird clothes. I love this. Okay, what's this thing? Oh, it skipped it. We'll never know. And I haven't... So this is showing you the interface, and from what I can tell from that JAMA 2004 video of the arcade game, this UI, and in fact also the character customization screen, were lifted pretty much directly from what you can see in the arcade version video. So this UI was basically designed for the touch screen in the arcade, which is why I guess you've got these big sort of, finger-sized buttons down in the UI at the bottom there. Oh, here's the 15-second time limit, and then the shot limit next to it. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's bail on this. Yeah, suspend that game. We're getting out of arcade mode. I can't take that stress. So I guess the only difference with arcade mode, from what it tells us, is just that it gives you those rather draconian limits. I have to load my data back. Oh, it did save that one, though. I wonder if it just saves the last one you were on. This is probably telling me it's going to dispose of the suspended match. Let's see. If you choose start over, you will not be able to resume from where you left off. Is that alright? Yes. Continuing from last time, Sega Golf Club Seaside Resort, hole 1, first shot. That's fine. So we'll stick with original from here on out, I think. Here we go. Same settings there. I'm probably not going to get Witch Hat. Oh, I missed Witch Hat. Wait, what's with that lady's lips? And this is going to go by too fast for me to translate. Although we could skip it even faster. Oh man, I love those little title things. So the CPU's moves go by real fast. Or did it go? Yeah, it did go actually, because we'll, if I do okay, we'll see their balls down the course. Look at my golf shoes. Look at her. Look at my caddy's sneakers. It didn't let me pick between a male or female caddy. I wonder if there is a male caddy. Oh, let's see what she's saying. Come on, phone, wake up. Let me translate my caddy's tips. To perform a special shot, select the special shot button. You can perform various shots by consuming energy. So I read something that sounded like when you use a special shot, so that's the circle button to open this. It's conveniently in English titles. So it says this is a normal shot. It does not consume energy. This is... Wait. Oh man, that sound. The ball will travel farther than usual, or further than usual with the high power shot. High spin shot. Yamoto will spin more strongly than usual. Excuse me? The spin will be stronger than usual. Okay. Super impact. The impact area will be wider than usual. I guess that means it's easier. You don't have to be as precise with your swing on the timer. What about super approach? After landing on the green, it spins intensely toward the cup. Okay. I wonder if those pips... Oh yeah, that's showing how much energy it's going to subtract. So it made it sound like... Well, it actually made it sound like... One thing I read made it sound like this was actually subtracting from your character's strength or something, so that you wouldn't... And I thought... I took that to mean that maybe you wouldn't even be able to hit normal drives as hard after that, but I think... It's probably just some separate energy meter. This probably wouldn't affect your standard shots. And oh, I can't pick putting line, I guess because I'm not on the putting green. Well, it wants me to try this out, so let's go for high power. Oh, so this adds... It looks like it's going to add... Well... maximum of 25 yards to my full power drive, basically. Do it. That sounds annoying. In fact, I can turn the overall volume down. Well, should I? Let's see what it's like when that's not going. Okay, in fact, I'm going to go back to normal shot while I look at the rest of this stuff, because that is rather loud. So, again, this would all have been... You would have managed all these adjustments with the touch screen in the arcade, so they had to keep it relatively simple. So left, right on the D-pad moves your aim. You can see where you're aiming down the course on the map on the right-hand side. There's that long red arrow coming off of the dot where your player is. If you want to line back up with the hole, you press up on the D-pad, and it recenters you there. It recenters your aim. I mean, R2 is the camera. You have these camera settings. You can skip right to looking at the hole if you want, or the flag or whatever. Wait a second, it got stuck now. I'm hitting R2 and it's not continuing to cycle. Did it break? Did I bug it? Did it crash? Okay, well, hitting the PlayStation button got me out of that little fix. Wow, I think that's a bug. Oh yeah, look, it's trying to cache something. RPCS3 is trying to cache something. I didn't run into this problem before, so hopefully that's just a momentary thing. I suppose it could have something to do with the player I select or the avatar I selected. Is it okay now? It's not. It's still freezing. It's still not advancing anymore here. That's real weird. I can't do any other inputs. I think that's a bug. But we'll see if that happens again at the next poll or whatever. So you can change the club selection with square. Kind of a neat pop-up. Well, yeah, this is all still like the touchscreen interface, right? So it's more little touchscreen buttons to press. I thought it was going to cycle through them, but no. I'm a little disturbed by the camera lock up there, but anyway. I'm not quite... Okay, so you can just kind of set if you want a different spin. I'm always confused by the fade, like, it's almost like nautical terms, right? Like the left and right sides of a boat aren't called left and right, they're called... Was it like starboard and leeward? I don't know. It's not right. Anyway, it's fade and draw. Well, I guess if we want this to go maximum distance, we could try top spin, right, to get more roll. And then you can prompt your caddy with triangle to give you a tip. I think she's just telling me the course distance and par. That's real helpful. Oh, that's weird. I can't hit triangle to... I have to hit X to close that. This camera thing is bugging me now, though. Sheesh. Actually, what is... select button doesn't do anything. So you can go and get to your customization screen. He doesn't have any other options. And then you can get to the game options. So, oh hey, it set this back. Let's put this here. Oops, I didn't push X. Is it not going to let me set this now? Why? What's this thing at the bottom say? Oh, this setting is effective when you load a character from your hard drive. Well, that's annoying. Huh. So I guess that's stored per character. Oh yeah, it is, because that's my character's name at the top. And maybe it stores this per character too. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, dang. And then, you know, it shows you the wind at the top left, and which is constantly changing a little bit. And then the other thing is with L1 and R1, you can change. You can set, do I want to swing for the full amount of, you know, power? Do I want to swing for just half power or just quarter power? And that lets you kind of make it easier to, you know, to set your shot range. Oh yeah, and it updates the range shown for the drive with the red arrow on the map on the right hand side. So without the club switch option, so I'm going to do a drive. So if I want to do a full, okay, well wait, we'll do high power. And then if I want a full power drive, I basically am going to move the right analog stick to the left and hold it there. And so if you move the right analog stick along the lower arc of your, you know, of your controller, you can change the shot power. And the shot power is pretty, you know, it's not like you don't have to do some kind of timing thing to set the shot power. So you can actually be very specific about shot power. At least you do kind of have to guess. Like if I wanted to hit it, you know, 180 yards, I would kind of have to guess whereabouts that would be here, you know. But if I want full power, I just have to hold it to the left. And then to do the shot, you release the stick. So you don't have to hit any buttons. It's just moving the stick to the power position you want and then releasing the stick and trying to time the release of the stick with that left and right scrolling yellow thing above the power meter. And that just makes your shot, you know, that determines how accurate your shot is going to be, you know, based on the direction and stuff you're already facing. And actually, if you want to bail on this, you push in on the right stick. And I actually do, because I hadn't adjusted for wind. So the wind is slightly to the right. So I guess I want to aim. Let's see, let me make sure I'm centered. And then I want to aim just one tick to the left, maybe. Let me try that. So, okay, so full power, hold it there, and then release it. I'll try to release it when it's in the middle of that scrolling thing. Oh, man, I aced it. So with topspin, I got an additional 7 yards in addition to the 25 that my power shot gave me. What has she got on her face? Well, I was going to bail and go back and switch to the club switch thing so you could see that silly animation, but then I would have to bail out of that again anyway because I don't want to do that for a full... Maybe this will tell me why the camera was locking or hanging and making me PS button to get out of it. I doubt it though. To view the green, please select the viewpoint switching button. The viewpoint changes each time you press the button. Well, it does, but why does that say... What? Hang on. This says CPU M. Winnison, or Jim Winnison? Jim Weinelin? What does that mean? Oh, that's the CPU character's name behind the field. Okay. So that the other players here have like English sounding names, I guess, except they're written in katakana. Let's try the camera thing again. Ah, now it isn't getting stuck. So that was weird. So L2 doesn't do anything. Actually, I think in putting L2 does something. We'll see if when we get to putting. I think it's like a free camera option when you, I guess, just when you putt. Apparently. Like these cameras, like, is this better? I don't know. I guess if you needed to see over an obstacle. Okay. I mean, you'll notice that, like, I guess I can see what people mean about the graphics. Like, these do look kind of, you know, previous gen. The actual, like, the actual quote-unquote grass of the course is just a low-res PS2 looking mess, but hey. Oh my gosh, did the sky just scroll and then reverse for a frame or two? What is the sky doing? What are the clouds? I mean, those are, you know, different map clouds, and oh my gosh, they're doing something weird. And also, there's no music at this point, it's just birds. Okay. This is also weird because, like, I feel like I can't see the hole. Is it? I guess there's a little rise before the... Oh, yeah, I mean, you could... So it's right over that rise? Somebody hit their ball... One of the CPU players hit their ball in the sand. Looks like CPU number 2. No, 4. Well, whatever. Okay. So wait, did I... Wait a second, they hit farther than me? Oh, they already took their second shot. Oh, no, the green's right there. It's that very light circle right there, right? It's just the flag. So wait, here you can see the flag. Here, you can't see the flag. That's kind of bad. I mean, you see that bitmap, 8-bit looking thing above where the flag would be, but, I mean, the flag is clearly there, but it's not there? Come on. Anyway. Okay, wind, so it's a little to the... Going to the right, so we'll hit it to the left a bit. Maybe a bit more, I don't know. And it does automatically set you for the distance. But then if you knew better, you could try to tweak that. We'll just go with what it gave us here. So what am I on? 4 iron, that's exciting. Okay, so we're gonna go maximum power. Now, I wonder if this is accounted for bounce and stuff. We'll find out if I hit it right. Oh man, I'm too good at this. Oh, that should have been a hole-in-one, except I guess I didn't have to adjust to for the wind as much as I did. Uh-oh, did it hang? Oh, it hung. Wait. So it looks like it occasionally seizes up and you have to hit the PlayStation button to get out of it. I wonder if that's... What could that be? Oh, so here's the... in 2007, I was referring to this music as porno music. I wonder if that's the game trying to give me a... I was going to say if it's trying to give me a trophy, but it wouldn't have tried to give me a trophy every time I cycled through the cameras, so that wouldn't be it. Because you can turn off, like, trophy... You can opt out of trophy stuff in RPS3 settings. RPCS3 settings. But I guess that probably isn't what that is. Okay, she wants to... What is she telling me here about putting? The green slopes in the direction of the arrow, right? The faster you move, the steeper the slope. I think it means the faster the arrow moves. Thanks, Google Translate. That's probably which is probably what she just told me. I don't know. So let's see. Now I can select. It's kind of hard to tell. It's hard to tell which one's selected. It just shows a flash when you move to it. That would have been a little more obvious on a touchscreen, I guess. The predicted putting line will appear on the green. Oh, let's check that out. Okay. Maybe I have to actually start my swing. Actually, I'm not sure. So I don't know what energy it's... Maybe it is taking off my strength or something. I don't know. I can't change my club here. It's on putter. So I have a bit of a hard time judging the slope here. That's kind of handy, I guess. But maybe that's what this putting line will help me with, this slope judging. I mean, it looks like, you know, at the start here, it's going to the left, probably kind of gently and slightly down. But at the hole, whoops, at the hole, it's... Oh, is that dot where my predicted thing would go? Well, no, it can't show me yet because I haven't committed to the energy use yet. What is that red dot showing then? Is that just a marker for something? Is that a marker for an opponent ball, maybe? So if I thought, oh yeah, and there's another one right there, a blue one. So I guess overall, I would think that it's going to go slightly to the left from the beginning, and then just a little bit to the right at the end. So I need to, or well, I had those. So it's going to go slightly, yeah, to the left and then to the right. So I need to go slightly to the right to compensate, maybe. And also, this doesn't automatically choose your distance because there's only one club, so it says 13 yards right under the putter there. And my full strength is 30 yards, so I want to go 50%. And then we'll go just under full strength. Oh, wait. And the slope is down, so I don't have to hit it as hard as I would otherwise. Because it's going to roll downhill a little. So... Okay, yeah, so it's showing me where it's going to go. It's going to go too far. Oh, it's going to clip it and go over. Actually, is that going to change if I change my... Oh yeah, wow, look at that. See, and there's no accuracy timing puzzle here, so it's going to definitely go where this shows, right? So this is basically, do you want to get a hole in one, or a putt in one, anyway? I guess. Can't miss, right? I'm an ace putter. Yeah, Miyazato customized. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's really not liking something here. I didn't have this before, so I don't know. This could be something in today's release of RPCS3. This could be something my computer's having a problem with at the moment. I don't know. Maybe it'll go away eventually. Or maybe it's something to do with picking this character. I don't know. Well, I'm in first. That's new. I did burn some power, but I'm not sure what the limit on those power shots really is. Look how happy he is. Thumbs up all around. I've got 3 out of 10 stars. Do those accumulate towards earning an item? Now I got oh yeah, okay, so there's that little key for what the shot. I guess that looks like a golf scorecard. Are those all common symbols on golf scorecards, maybe? I don't know anything about golf, as I'm sure any of you watching who know anything about golf can clearly see. Well, okay, so I came in first, so there's 3 gold stars next to the big first in the upper right, so I guess that earned me those 3 stars, and that bar at the bottom and 10 stars will get me an item. So in theory, that's 3 out of 9, so in theory if I come in first on 2 more holes, or do I have to be overall in first on 2 more holes? Then I would have earned enough stars to unlock an item. This is such smooth, goofy, jazzy music. And you have to hit start button apparently to get out. What if I hit X? Okay. Oh man, it's really choking on something here. But fortunately, you can PlayStation button out of it. Oh wow, yeah, something's getting worse. Oh, something's real bad. Well, this is not a great demo. Now I can't get anywhere. Like it's maybe advancing 1 frame at a time. Oh dear. I mean, maybe something I could change would help, but who knows? This is where you can turn off trophy pop-ups, but this definitely ain't a trophy pop-up thing. I mean, it doesn't seem like it anyway. But you can try. No. That doesn't get me anywhere. I can't even pause screen out of this. I can't get to the pause menu now. Oh wait, he turned his head to the side. Oh yeah, he does that while this is up, so that's weird. So it is some kind of like rendering thing? Well, it's some kind of emulator thing. I wonder if I go back to yesterday's build of RPCS3. If it'll be okay, I could try that. That didn't show me anything. Shoot. Arg. Desync. No. Well, no, I mean, the audio was playing fine anyway. I think this is some kind of... I was going to say RPCS3 thing, but... I mean, so it's okay as long as this overlay is present. I wonder if I, like... No, it's not a windowed versus full screen thing. See, here it's animating fine. Oh, it's so weird. Shoot, and I'm in first place. What's this challenge thing? Oh, I see. Yeah, probably if I... What is this? Something about 5 yards. See, there's that orange get within 5 yards of the pin. Well, I'm not going to be able to do that right now. Evidently. I guess I could try making a save state. There's a thought. So the last time I tried save states in RPCS3, they didn't work so great. But that was in a different game, so who knows? And it's been a while since then. And I've seen some stuff saying, maybe it's ReShade that's giving me trouble here. Maybe I should try turning off ReShade. Oh, great. ReShade off here. Well, I made things worse. I think this is... Did it save a state? I can't tell. And it says reload, so I guess maybe. Okay, let's get out of here. Go back in and see what happens. Actually, let's just do the same thing and see if it, if it catches. You have to hit start 3 times. That won't be where I was because, yeah, that says, okay. These goofballs. Cutting it up. Okay, let's try the camera. See, now it's fine, so maybe that was just a momentary goof up with RPCS3. Can I load my save state? Sure. But it was in a bad way, so maybe that was a bad idea. Yeah, it looks like that's not going to help. Although it could be also save states are still kind of not great. Who knows? Oh man, did we like hard lock? Oh! It just straight up crashed. That could just be save states and RPCS3 being still kind of goofy. Oh, so here's the actual game player data folder, so that's probably okay. I don't know why it's got 2 serial numbers. Well, oh, because that's like the player ID. So it would make a separate folder for each player, I guess. That's interesting. So progress is stored per player, separately per player. There's no overall progress save folder or anything. That's interesting. I was kind of hoping it would have. Oh, it does. So in the save folder, you've got a mugshot of your character. I think. I mean, either that or it's a big coincidence here. That's cool, I guess. Well, maybe that won't happen again. I think that was possibly RPCS3 just having a hiccup. Don't make that system data. Okay, ah, shit. So if I go here and set this here, but does it, maybe it does this when I created the character though. Actually, it's not letting me save this here either. That's weird, isn't it? Oh, wait. No. What does this say at the bottom? This setting configures your shot style. The setting is effective when playing with the default character without loading a character from the hard drive. Oh, right, you have to go here. I knew that. So wait, but it's effective when playing with the default character without loading a character from the hard drive. Well... But does that mean when you create a character, do you... Also, is there a way to, like, delete a character? Or... So you can't back... and you can't set that option thing in here. Would it have saved it right there? I doubt it. So I guess that means that maybe once you, if you do manage to turn on that, an option or something, then it's permanently attached to your character. Oh, here it generated up some rain. Oh, thanks. Wait, what's she got on her face? I think that's a graphical bug. Like, look at the lighting on her face right now. Maybe it's my graphic card, who knows? It's probably a graphical bug that I should file. But then I'd have to go load up the game on my actual PS3 to compare it or some junk. So I can go to option here. Okay, this will probably be okay. Oh, it might have saved something there. Saved it to the player data. Oh, okay, that would make sense, right? Well, now we're in a steamy rainstorm. See if the camera's okay. We're all good so far. Look at that fog, man. Or steam, or it's the rain just boiling off of the course. Okay, so let's go high power. It's so funny how top spin. It's so funny how this is obviously still the touchscreen UI because you can't even tell what you have selected. from the menu itself. Okay, wind is minimal, so we won't adjust for wind. Make sure. Why did it have me not centered on the pin though? Oh, I wonder if that was adjusting for where it was going to go on the course. It probably was. Because, like, the other player's balls are over there. Well, the heck with them. I'm going straight for the hole. That's all I know. That sounded strange. Okay, full power, etc. Oh, yeah, so there's the, there is the club switch in all its simulated glory. Amazing. So if you don't want to see your character's knees as you're setting your shot power, then you can use this option. That's, I think, all that does. Okay, I'm probably not going to get 2 perfect shots in a row or whatever. Oh, joke. Oh man, only 260 yards that time. I suppose part of that is because the course is wet, so in theory balls aren't going to roll as much. Super approach, you jerk. It really should make it clear where the hole is there. Should make it clear on screen here, but oh well. Okay, we'll just go with whatever this is. I gotta turn that off. Oh man, I'm shanking it. I shanked it. Yeah, there's some kind of graphical thing. What if it's trying to render a lipstick or something? In some kind of lighting condition. Let's... Well, wait, does it do that during a putt? No, why doesn't it show the, it doesn't show the club switch during a putt? I don't know why I'm disappointed with that. Oops, wrong thing. Okay, so, well, let's do this easy putting thing again. I'm an ace putter. Look at that smile. Oh, but I only got third, dang it. Well, 2 of them birdied, that's not fair. Only I'm allowed to cheat. Oh, you can get up to 4 stars, it looks like. So here's that challenge again. Get within 5 yards and get something good. Maybe something, I don't know. Well. Oh, so that is the hole. Yeah, it's aiming me slightly off center. Is that to auto-compensate for... Oh, no, that's just aiming due north, I suppose. So you have to manually adjust that. I guess it could have been wind, but Just probably just due north. Or whatever. Due up. Okay. It's not raining. Well, let's just hit it normal. Or wait. Well. Could do high power, high speed. Oh, what was the one? The one that, like, heads towards the... Not high spin. That's wide impact area. Wait, translate this. Okay, this spins toward the cup. Let's try that. If I can land on the green anyway. So it's 160 yards to the hole. No, 152. This shot maximum will go 160, so I have to underhit slightly. Oh, come on. Okay. So where would 150 be? And then, I don't know, does that account for bounce and everything as well? Who knows? Oh, I didn't make it on the green. No, I failed everything. Oh, wow, my caddy gets fresh. Jeez, what a failure that was, though. So I totally underestimated how hard I had to hit it. Like, should I just have gone with full power? I guess that would have been better than not landing on the green, but it's still giving me a putt. Oh, sand wedge. Oh man, failure. Okay. 13 yards. We could give it some backspin if we wanted to try to be fancy, but feeling demoralized right now. Well, it's gonna roll slightly to the right. Maybe. Okay. So 13 yards. Oh, that didn't go anywhere. What? Oh, there's something I'm not grasping. That only went like, well, so that went like 7 yards. Oh, it's not letting me pick a power shot, so maybe I have used all my power for the whole match. It doesn't seem to show you that power allocation meter, though, like... Oh, so here's the free cam thing. It says something about free L2 buttons. So if I press and hold L2... Oh yeah, I found this confusing. No, don't do that. If I press and hold L2, then what? Do I have to hit X? Oh. So this is confusing. So you click the X button, and it's sort of like... I guess it's centering the camera kind of on where you click. Well, it's always looking at the hole, but it changes the angle around the hole. Okay, well, great. Ah, sigh. Okay, so we got a bit of a slope to the right. I mean, the thing is, with every golf game, you have to play for a while before you get a feel for how it actually plays versus what it sort of tells you, you know? Or, I mean, a lot of times what it tells you is vague, so you just gotta figure out what stuff actually means in terms of how it plays out. So, okay, 5.1 yards. Should I try this type of thing again? Oh, you can't set a spin on a putt. That seems weird, doesn't it? Our putter's just not capable of spin anyway. I don't know. Okay, so 5.1 yards, so... Well, wait, is there... Oh, the slopes kind of equal out, maybe. I don't know, let's get out there. But this is probably not going to be right, but who knows? No, it's not quite hitting full... Oh, well... Like, it probably also has something to do with the softness rating of the greens. Maybe. And then maybe the weather, like, was it raining at the start of this, or was that that might have been the last match, so I don't know if the grass is wet or not. Dang, I'm bombing now. Of course it's I was doing great and it crashed or blocked up or had problems anyway. I wonder if... I don't know, none of these sound like they would change that lighting thing on the character models, do they? No, I'd have to go into more... I'd have to go into the full RPCS3 GPU menu, and I can't pull that up now since I launched from a shortcut. Maybe there's something that could fix the model lighting thing, but who knows. Well, let's try not to miss this. Yeah, I still can't set spin, so okay. Well, seeing as all my shots are coming up a little short, I'd better give it a little extra power. Oh, the pain. I guess I wonder if it saves, like when you suspend a match. Well, it says it wrote something to the hard drive, so maybe it'll save. Actually, and yeah, continue is still there, so maybe it'll save. So I was gonna let's quit. Take a look at the full RPCS3 GPU settings. I could try a different renderer. This is occlusion data. Oh, or broken lighting. I love how they have these specific Demon Souls tips. You can see what the priority was when making RPCS3. Of course, I have played through Demon Souls in RPCS3. Seemed pretty good. So I could try that. I could try this. Let's try this. Don't do that. Okay, let's see if it lets me. Yeah, I think it saves that in the player data. Okay, this should work. Okay, it didn't. Dang it, I could have just. Oh well. Okay, well I can see the lighting problem on like her mouth there. And on my character too. So I wonder if I can do this on the fly. It didn't seem to do anything. I probably would have to try restarting. No. Okay, let's try. There's probably a more efficient way to do this. Maybe restarting the whole thing shouldn't be necessary, but I want to make sure, I guess. Just strict rendering mode. Oh, fidelity effects can cause visual artifacts. I could try turning that off. But let's just try strict rendering alone. This is fun to watch, isn't it? And that's a minefield. Sometime I'm gonna forget and just go right in there, and then I'll have to go delete the save. There's gotta be some way I could see a model here. Oh, well. I guess the problem is these... Well, see there, that's probably the bug. Like, he's rendering kind of in her hand there. That's probably the same problem. Well, yeah, that's the problem there. So I don't actually have to load into the game or anything. Okay. So those didn't help me out. Let's try turning this off. Let's go with bilinear. Let's just go with nearest. I mean, nearest might look a little aliased, but that's completely separate from rendering lighting issues. No. Let's... Okay, only one more thing I can think of trying. Unless it could be a... whatchamacallit? Shader mode. Use this if you do not want to deal with graphics pop-in or for testing before filing any bug reports. Well, that's interesting. So we can try that. All right, so I can turn that back on. Let's just try the renderer though. Oh, I've only got one other choice. OpenGL, okay. OpenGL is the most accurate, okay. That sounds potentially promising. I mean, not that it probably won't help, but let's try. No. what's left to try now? This legacy recompiler, I guess. If you experience diff issues, use the smbhax recompiler. Very good compatibility. Very good compatibility. If unsure, use this option. Okay, we can try those. Let's try legacy recompiler though. Starting to think there's no magical cure for this particular little issue. So back to async recompiler. So nothing in here I could find had any effect on it. So could try that. Stuttering, that doesn't sound like it would apply. It's funny because this refers to SPU recompiler, but there is no LLVM. We could try going for accurate. Dooby-dooby-doo. This is all very low chance of doing anything to help this problem. Sigh. This is probably the only other thing that sounds like it could possibly apply. I've got some kind of NVIDIA laptop GPU with, I mean, this is a like gaming laptop from like 4 or 5 years ago, which was fairly decent at the time, I think, I don't know. Now, I've got fairly recent drivers for it, but I'll probably have to go, make sure I'm on the latest drivers, compare it with the actual PS3, file a bug report, all that exciting stuff. No. So we're just going to have to live with it for now. Back to that recompiler. And we're done messing with junk. We're stuck with it. Face facts. Okay, back to playing golf badly. If you choose yes there, it'll go to a screen that says creating system data, and it'll hang there. I guess if I really wanted to win, hang on, let's check this real quick. So who has, it looks like he's got the overall highest ones. Let's go blast, just blow people away with this guy for a sec. Actually, can I, oops. Oh, I can't change shader quality here, huh? I was thinking maybe setting shaders to low would... Oh, heck. Dang it. Okay, let's try this last thing, I swear. Well, we could just turn all this stuff to like low, just for giggles. I guess we should keep that on. Okay, last test I almost surely promise. Now, once again, I have failed. I think that's what I had it on. It's a Tropic Auto. I'll have to check that. Yes. Exciting. All right. Oh, I have to file a bug report. I hate doing that. It takes me forever. Well, because I'll have to go look on the PS3, make sure it doesn't happen there. Anyway, okay, let's get back to playing games. Alright, what are we doing here anyway? Big slope. This long course, 578 yards. What are those little green holes there? Is that I guess that's a sand trap. No, that's a sand trap over here. What are these holes? This green hole thing here. No, that's showing where my opponents are, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I can't activate any power things because I guess I used up all my power. Okay. Top spin on. Maybe that's messing me up on this initial drive. Probably, who knows. Kablam! I don't like that flash on the meter. My eyeballs don't. Oh well. Aha! I owned you guys. I got points for that. So the hole is still out of range. No, I can't use a power shot. Never mind. I can try some more top spin. 3 mile per hour wind. Oh, but it's coming straight at me. More or less. Actually, I wonder if applying the top spin is making me hit at a lower angle and I get less distance overall. It's possible. Wish there was like a driving range or something where it'd be easy to test that out. Yeah, so it replaces their ball with a little disc if they're on the green, which I guess is traditional. Probably don't have to worry about that amount of wind. I don't know, maybe give it one tick to the left. 32 yards. I mean, that's got to be more like 32 would be more like here, but I've been under hitting it when I try to guess, so maybe I better give it a little more, right? So, but this is probably going to be too much, you would think. Let's see. Yeah, too much. Let's see, maybe because the course is dry here. So that looks fairly straightforward, except a little slope to the left. But see, you know, until you play for a while, you don't know how much slope those are actually indicating. So it's 3.6, slightly downhill, so you would think this would get you there. But I am going slightly against the grain, so maybe I don't know. Yeah! $30,000 for that shot. I'm in second, I got stars. Feels good when you make a shot in this game, that's good. Alrighty. So yeah, it starts you aiming directly north on the map, but that's not necessarily exactly where the hole is. So if you hit up, it'll aim directly at the hole, which is slightly to the left. But, of course, I'm not going to make the hole in one shot, so there's no need to do that. Just about no wind. And see, here's where I'd like to test different topspin versus no spin. Let's not do topspin and see what we get, I guess, but I won't be able to compare that directly with a shot from the same spot under the same conditions. I would have to start a new course and just hope for relatively calm conditions and on the first shot. First hole. Let's just go, I guess. Here we go. Shanked it slightly. I forgot how far. I didn't pay attention. That so that was 238 yards. Actually, my full power is supposed to be 250, right? With the one wood, I think. Yeah, so that was under full distance for the. What was it on? 2-iron? So 2-iron's 185 yards and the hole's 175 yards. 3-iron's 170 yards. So should I try to I'm just going to go full power and see what happens. Hopefully I'll get to right. So it did overhit slightly. Okay, well, so that's what I thought would happen, but when I tried to compensate for this before, it went horribly awry. When I tried to adjust my power for distance, it didn't work so good. Alright. Got some funky slopage going there. There's like a little hole. There's a little impression in the green right at the edge to the right there. In fact, that's going to jerk the ball to the right briefly. Well, And then it's slightly uphill from there. 10 yards. But it's slightly uphill, so I need to... Now, what is that X 99% thing there on the to the right of the range meter? I don't think that has anything to do with the spin. Oops. I think she's just talking about the power meter. Let's see what she's saying then. It's saying you released the right stick before the power was determined. Please wait until... Yeah, I know. I know. So that doesn't change the 99% thing, so that's not related to spin or whatever. Alright, 10 yards. Should I just aim for 10 yards, or should I mean, it's a little uphill, so... Oh, wait a second. I should do that. So 10 yards. It's a little uphill, so we'll go for like 11.5 yards. See what happens. It is showing the distance on the map. I mean, I'm not, am I on the green here? I must be, I guess, but it's a slightly different grass texture than closer to the pin, flag, hole, whatever their term is. Oh, because I wasn't putting. Well, it said it was nice. So I overhit it slightly. Didn't I? I wasn't paying attention. I should probably pay attention. Slight uphill. Hey, par. Well, 2 of them bogeyed, so... Oh, they all bogeyed. Yeah, 3 stars for me, you chumps. Yeah, so I burned through all my power meter power in the first, like, what, 2 holes? Of an 18-hole course. Why am I playing a full 18 holes? I think I'm going to bail after this. Well, let's pop around to the other courses real quick. We could go check out the other modes real quick. Of course, if I go to different courses, then it will, it'll obliterate my progress on this course. Oh, I could make a different golfer. That would do it. That would be okay then. Oh wait, this is the full power. This is the full power guy, right? Oh no, it's not. I'm still on my normal guy, I forgot. It's not the full power Miyazato. What did I do with... Oh, that's when I started testing stuff. Okay, well, let's just do it now then. Let's go... Oh, wait, does this hole look interesting? Oh, look at big banana hole. That sounds weird. Okay, let's suspend you. Come back to you probably in a later session. What to do? We could do... Well, I do have 2 characters. Can I try? They don't have any items though, so... I mean, nothing's gonna happen here, right? Oh, well, that's interesting. I can't give the cap to the other guy. They're standing in front of the items. That's kind of weird. So I guess it has to be an item that you don't have equipped, but I can't. Can I? How do I swap over to... Can I swap over to the other character, or is it just a one-way trade? Do you have to exchange items? Select button doesn't do anything in this game. Okay, well... What if I... Oops. Caution, we just saved. Well, thanks. What if I pick the guy with the item first? Can he give it to the guy with no items? Caution, we're loading your data. Don't turn off the computer or console. Okay, so there's an item, right? Okay. Well, he doesn't have an item, a spare item to give, so can I just do this? I don't know, I guess you do have to swap an item in. Apparently. Well, can't do that yet. Okay, let's do... Oh, let's do a real Miyazato. This guy. Let's check out the other courses. So, this was the... whatchamacallit, we'll just call it Mount Fuji course, but these are all based on real courses. She's got a huge flower on her head. I like those, like sweats or whatever she was in. We got a Sega blimp overhead. I know how to do that. There's a big old slope. Wait, was this one of the advanced courses? It probably is. Seems kind of advanced. Those trees in the background look really bad. The ground looks pretty bad. Sprite trees, sprite bushes. So they didn't upgrade a lot of the graphics from previous gen, I think. Anyway. Well, we're aiming right at a sand pit, so that's probably not good. Let's save our power for now, I suppose. So 457 yards. It is downhill, though. Here. Oh, it shows you the elevation change on the map there. Minus 26 yards in elevation. Wow. He's got a wide accuracy thing to aim at. Ah, and I missed. He hits it pretty far, though. My stats are better than yours. Ooh, plus 3,000 points. Alright, what do you want? She's just talking about the camera. To view the green, yeah. So what does the challenge window say? Get on the green in 2 shots. Guess I get extra points for that. I can get on the green in 1 shot if I don't screw it up. Because I'm that strong. But this 4-wood is going to overshoot. Keep hitting X. What about the 2-iron? 215? That seems better, but a little short, but that's... Well... Probably going to overshoot with this thing. Oh well. Oh, there is a bit of wind, though. So there's a bit of wind. 219 yards would normally be, I have no idea. Let's see, this is, can I do math? No. 60, I mean, this would be 210 in theory, so this would be more like 219-ish. Who knows? But there's wind, so maybe I should give it a little more. I made it to the green. It's a huge green. Success. Bonus 3,000 points. I did the challenge. Did one of them already hole in? $19-yard putt. I guess we won't use the easy game thing. Who knows? It is uphill. Oh, shoot! Well, he does have ridiculous stats, but heck, she got a cat on her back. Well, that was an amazing putt. I just went with feel. And got lucky. Yeah, I think I know what she's talking about. It's a nice looking hole, I guess. Pretty basic looking. Par 4. Well, he hits real far, so it's hard to tell what the par would be for a normal human. Are those supposed to be spectators over there? Those little things over there, are those supposed to be spectators? There's some wind. Let's go see another course. Let's take the sister sibling. So that was the Fuji course. This was one of the advanced courses. Yeah, this is the other advanced course with S greens, which means it's hard to stop the ball from rolling. I know how to aim. So yeah, like Sega, you know, doing a port of a previous gen arcade game for a launch title for the PS3 wasn't probably gonna blow people away, even if it hadn't been a golf game, I guess. I mean, I can't super judge the graphics here because of this little model lighting glitch on the characters. But anyway, I mean, that's, you know, the lighting thing's an RPCS3 bug, pretty sure. We got a big old jumbotron down there. Look at these low detail buildings here in Scotland. Scotland's pretty bleak looking. Oh wow, there's a little stream cutting through here. A little low detail stream. Alright, let's gun it, I don't suppose with a power shot I could make it to the... Wait, that doesn't change the distance the arrow shows. Anyway, no. So that says 280 yards. This looks relatively flat. Oh, there's a lot of wind, though. Well, if there's wind, like... See, I don't know if this is, like, do you want to... Does this change the arc of the shot, though? I don't know. Like, I was thinking if there... I used to think, like, when I played Mario Golf decades ago, like, if I hit a higher arc shot in wind, it would catch more of the wind or something. But, I mean, maybe doing a backspin shot would hit up at a higher angle, but maybe not. I don't know how golf works. Well, what I should go to the beginner course and try the spin things and see if I can judge how they affect the first shot. Anyway, for now, I won't worry about it, so let's just, her little left to right thing goes a lot slower, too, so it's easier to get where you want it to go. Oh, stop. We got this men and women mixed competition here. It's only 91 yards. So that says X 97%. So maybe that's saying that I want to hit it at 97% power. Or maybe that's what that means. Oh, that would make sense, I guess. Nice little aid if that's what that actually means. We got some wind, though. But that's close to the edge of the green, so maybe I don't want to mess with that. But if I want a hole-in-one, I'd have to. Let's go for it. I don't know. I mean, 91 would be pretty close to here, really, so that would be, seems like it would be less than 97% power, so maybe that's not what that means. Well, we'll find out. Yeah, I did hit it a little too hard even with that much. Oh yeah, roll back. That's a pretty long putt, 22 yards. Because I'm not very good with getting on the green in a good spot. That's a pretty sloping green. Ah, it rolled farther than I thought it would. It's not going great. Oh wow, the roll at the end was disappointing. Killer. Look at the disappointment on my face. Yeah, I don't know what that percentage is about. Oh, guarded. Ew. The bleakness. Alright, well, that's Scotland. So was this, no, this must be the easy one. So this is the intermediate one. I should look at some point and see if the pro players look tougher. They're models, I mean. Wait, which Coral Phoenix Country Club? Nice hat that guy's got. Do. Yeah, it goes so much faster when you're not playing a superhuman Japanese pro golfer. Dang. I stayed on the course. Look at those little sprites. Oh, they animate. Little sprite people. Okay, not much wind. It is slightly, I'm just gonna go full power. Probably too far. Oh no, that was way under hit. So why was that under hit? What did I get wrong there? Was there a lot of more wind than I thought against me? Look at that slope. It's like, should I try Backspin, would that change the arc of my head? I still haven't tested that, so I don't know. And does being in the sand, I probably have to hit it harder than I would otherwise? I don't know. Probably not that much harder. Oh, the accuracy thing is going wild. Ugh. Well, I came close. Oh, too hard and I missed. So that I didn't adjust for the slope enough, I think. What is that giant building in the background? I mean, supposedly this is a real-life course. This one did say it was in Japan, right? It's a very skinny course. Skinny green or skinny, whatchamacallit. It's not the green. What's the main part of the thing called? Well, that's a lot of wind, though. You can see it already curving with the wind, I guess. How far did that go? Dang it, I wasn't paying attention. Probably wants me to make it to the green or something. Do good is basically the challenge. Probably, that's what it's been so far. And I'm too lazy to look. Well, yeah, it says green something. Green Sean? Green... I don't know. Big sand trap right before it. Lots of winds. Just gonna go full power. Yeah. I did the challenge. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, he used a power approach. Is it gonna roll towards the... Do they each just take 2 shots? I don't know. It's uphill. Oh! So I overcompensated for that slope, the sideways. I'm awesome. What? She pulled out an umbrella? Oh, because it's getting cloudy. Oh. Alright, well that's Phoenix, not in Arizona. Well, heck, let's take Quasi-Sarah Bryant. Beginner course. Bally Eye. This is the Vegas one. So she's very low power. What were those jokers? I know how to play. Sort of. Man. Dude's got a party hat on. There's a lot of wind. So this is Bally High. She's got a very wide accuracy thing, you know. That's cool, I guess. Oops. That was close. Wow, it bounced back in. Kinda. Got lucky. Good shot, Sarah. Not Sarah. Billboard over there. Okay, I can make it to the green if I don't screw up. Good amount of wind, though. Ugh. Maybe the wind cuts down on the overall distance anyway. Maybe that multiplier is telling you that you're only going to get 82% of your actual, of your maximum on this shot for whatever reason. Like I'm in a bunker here. That'd be why it's at 82. I mean, that seems overly optimistic anyway. That percentage thing is probably important. There's a manual I could try to figure out. I mean, I got a complete copy off eBay. Let's see. See if the manual has a diagram explaining the HUD. It's funny because the manual cover has the 3 Miyazatos, but it's like photoshopped. Well, they're completely photoshopped, but it's unlike the photoshopped cover on the case. The cover of the manual has photoshopped these like ridiculous like gleams onto their each one's toothy smile has a big photoshopped gleam coming off a tooth. It's crazy. Okay, does it have a diagram of the HUD? It does, but okay, page 8. Well, it doesn't have anything pointing to that percentage sign. It's not very helpful. Oh man, I'm falling asleep. Oh, that's because it's way past my bedtime. Dang. Time flies when you're doing silly stuff. It just says power gauge. Well, so it's saying that the type of club you pick, like wood versus iron, those have different trajectories. Woods have low trajectories, iron have higher trajectories, of course. Oh, it does say backspin has a high trajectory. Whoops. So that part is kind of what I thought might happen. Topspin has a low trajectory. Okay. But it's not explaining what that percentage sign is. As far as I can see. Look a little further. No, that's just about the swing mechanic. Come on. Refer to the number below the gauge, which represents the distance, to match the power gauge with the distance of your shot. When adjusting power, be sure to check the distance display. Okay, but what about that percentage sign? Caddy's advice. No, I was just talking about the modes, challenges. Well, nothing I can see about that mysterious percent. So maybe that is something to do with how far your particular shot at the moment is going to go of your maximum power at best or something, but I don't know. Oh, close. Except I rolled super far. Yeah, I'm good. Alright, well. Hello. Okay, I want to check two things. Let's just go with this guy. This looks like the sort of smoothest first hole, so let's just do the, oh well. Oh no, I guess that's after. Top Pro. Who do we get? No girls? Those guys didn't look that different, besides the fact that none of them were female. Tell me what the percentage sign does. Okay, light wind. Which is good, that's what I wanted. Hopefully it'll stay that way. So, full power, no spin. Of course I have to hit it straight. I should have taken what's her face. .249. Yeah, I should have taken the high accuracy girl. Oh well. Okay. I don't think it'll... Well, I didn't think this through exactly, but I don't think it stores it if you're not using an edit character. Or, well, you don't have to... Okay, right. So you get a bunch of goofballs on the amateur setting? Is that what it's telling you? Goofballs and girls? Okay, how's the wind? Give me low wind. Ah, it gave me high wind, high-ish wind. That's not helpful. Dang it. Which hat? It's not giving me the same wind. It's kind of low. I'll probably screw up this shot though. Nope, that's about what I got before. Oh, I didn't change the setting. Great, well, 249-ish again. Great. Ah, I'm a dope. I didn't change the spin. That's the whole point. Ugh. I'll never get that same power shot again now, watch. Wow. Okay. So, top spin. Nope. Well, that did go farther though, so top spin in that case did get me distance. So, this is showing 98% there. Is that because it's slightly uphill? I mean, yeah, that seems to be implying, based on the background color, that it's a multiple of the maximum distance. So I guess it's saying you're only going to get 98% of your club's max distance on this particular shot. And I don't know if that takes everything into account, the terrain and the wind and whatever, or what, but I guess maybe. Anyway, that's all I got for now, I think. We're gonna have to, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to bed like an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, so I'm not very smart. I've got a headache because I haven't been getting to bed at the right times. So I still have to, in another session, look at putter golf and challenge mode and actually play around. Oh shoot, it's actually starting. So putter golf looks interesting. You got sonic rings to collect. And oh, challenge mode. So you got different challenge modes for each course, I guess. Max 9. Okay. Wow. So I guess it's like a branching outrun style course tree of challenges. Hard is on the bottom and easy is on the top, according to that far right thing in English. This is telling me what the challenge, it looks like overall rules. 9 challenges or something. Here's where it tells you what the challenge is. Looks like oops, that's not the right thing to hit. You can't retry, you just fail. I think I needed to get a certain distance or something there, maybe. It seems like there was a wall that I had to get through. Somewhere down the course, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not doing this now. I gotta go to bed 2 hours ago. Thanks for watching. So I'm gonna have to go probably look on the real PS3, see if it's got this model shading lighting issue, which I'm sure it doesn't, and file that as a bug. Probably I'll have to update my drivers just to make sure that's not a slightly, 3-week-old driver compatibility problem, which seems unlikely. Okay, well, so that's it for now. See you later. This has been Sega Golf Club PS3 launch title, port of a Sega AM2 arcade game series. It's got this sort of snappy and sleek AM2 style, with a bit of a quirky sense of humor, so I like all that. I wish it didn't have the model lighting bug in the emulator. And the graphics, even aside from that, are probably pretty weak for a PS3 title, but hey. And it hasn't repeated that freezing up thing I got the first time, so hopefully that was a one-off RPCS3 issue that won't recur. I don't know. Maybe I'd screw something up somehow in all the testing I'd been doing before. But anyway, okay, thanks, bye, see you later.